it's not always that I am here, it's not every day. So I consider this an answered prayer from God to be able to talk to somebody like you. So I want you to know that just being with you is already an encouragement. You are a Muslim before,
Yeah.
and I would like to know how you became a Christian.
When I was in fourth grade, I saw on television a film about Jesus. I watched it from beginning to end. That time, I was learning from a Quran teacher. I asked her why Jesus was crucified and if he really could forgive sins at all. She told me, if you ask me these things again, I will punish you. Then I asked an imam about the same things, but he said that the Bible has been corrupted and the Quran was the right one and should be followed. He warned me, if you follow the Bible, you will not go to heaven and you will not be a Muslim. After that, I tried to be faithful with my Muslim prayers and believe everything the imam told me. But when I was in 6th grade, I saw on television the same film about Jesus. This time, I wanted to know more. The opportunity came when I went to Dhaka a year later, and I made it in 7th grade. I was staying in my uncle's house, and there I saw a Bible. I read it from the beginning to end, but I didn't understand it immediately. So I looked for ways to know the Bible more. That time I met a lady from another city and she took me to prayer meetings. Met another believer there, a guy named Ashraf. He told me to attend the women's gathering. He said, you can ask them anything you want to know. I had many questions to the women, but the most important for me then was, how can Jesus forgive me? One of the ladies gave me a verse from the Bible. She said that those who were weary and tired could come to Jesus Christ, and he will give them rest. She gave me a copy of the Kitabul Muqaddas. I read it for 1 year. I was in 9th grade when I decided to be baptized. I always attended the church every Sunday. 2 years later, when I was in 10th grade, I got married to Rashid, an evangelist. But now he's working as a technician in an electronics shop. I also got the opportunity to study theology for 6 months. That course helped me a lot to know more about Jesus, that he loves me and has forgiven me. I thought, now that I know about Jesus, how can I talk about him to other people? I sought the help of the leader in my church. Besides helping my husband in his work, I was helping the women and children of the Bihari people. A year later, I moved with my husband to Dhaka and started the literacy class. When I saw people here deprived of the opportunity to go to school, I started thinking of way of bringing the school to them. I started talking to the people in the village. I asked the adults if they were willing to attend classes on reading and writing. I tried to get their available schedules and started holding Thursdays and Friday classes for 3 hours each. The class I started last January had some problems. A Muslim imam came to the class one time, and when he saw the materials I was using, which had some biblical content, he began telling the people not to come to the classes. He said that I was trying to convince them to become Christians. But the people continued coming to my classes, so the imam changed his strategy. He began pressuring the husbands of the students. They, in turn, asked me to leave the area, so I could not continue the class. The course was supposed to be for 6 months, but it was short of 15 days worth of lessons. The people, however, said that I did not have to come to the area anymore because they were able to read and write. For 8 years, I was involved in the women's and children's ministry in a slum area. My parents told me that I had betrayed my nation and joined another when I became a Christian. I have my share of filthy words for being a follower of Christ. I have been pressured to go back to Islam many times. During those times, I felt frustrated. I will cry, but then I will also pray and read the Bible. This helped me keep my faith.
What about for you and your family? What would you like them to pray for you?
Please pray for the Christian workers in Bangladesh who are reaching out to Muslims so they can do this work more. My husband and I have shared the gospel to a few people in my village. We stay with them, worship with them, pray for them. For you who are persecuted, I want to tell you to keep the faith and rely only on God's word in whatever problem you face because of the faith.
I have decided to follow Jesus, no turning back.